just arrived.
Yeah.
Remarkable! Incredible! Unbelievable! Save! And Spark are our champions! Good on Pepe! Goal! It doesn't get any better than that!
And in advance, before we start this transmission, we do thank you for your patience, considering that there is a prior Downtown United Soccer Club versus Cedar Stars Academy match going on as well in this Queens College venue. Again, we do appreciate your patience as the initial one here before your eyes does take place. The U15 matchup should be not too long from now. But in the meanwhile, we could also talk about the scene itself, as according to the latest update of the U15 Northeast table, Cedar Stars Academy Bergen, with 17 points at this moment, has the upper hand in a three-way standoff for 6th place, thanks to its firm defense that has been decisive in its goal differential tiebreaker. Meanwhile, the front line of Downtown United Soccer Club, with 1 point so far, is brewing a plot that could stun the defensive third of its opponent, which in the process could also see the team scoring its first goal since match day 3. So behind the camera is Nicholas Marshall. I am Sean Cabrera, and this is the Girls Academy League on Game and Frame. Once again, thank you for your patience, and do stay tuned. Again, we thank you for your patience here from this part of New York City in Queens College, here on this very classy field. It's of the state-of-the-art turf. So, of course, before we get the ball rolling here, we'd like to remind you that this broadcast has been brought to you by Salt Athletic. Salt Athletic has made the Air Case, the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag that blocks smell by using antimicrobial technology that makes for odor-free car rides and houses. Salt Athletic is offering the Game and Frame community an exclusive discount, so scan the QR code on your screen to get 10% off and keep it fresh. Of course, it will be Downtown United Soccer Club wearing the white tops, blue shorts, and white socks. Meanwhile, the visiting side, Cedar Stars Academy, hailing from Bergen, not to be confused with its Monmouth counterpart, will be wearing a lime green outfit accompanied by one black stripe on the top as well, accompanied by black details and numberings, of course, its signature look. Downtown United Soccer Club, a longtime veteran in the New York City youth soccer scene. A long time, even in my youth at that rate. Admittedly, I'm in my early 20s, but I do remember, of course, being in high school, playing pickup soccer. Next thing you know, 9 out of 10 times I was playing against a DUSC player, naturally. Meanwhile, Cedar Stars Academy, regardless whether it's from Monmouth or Bergen, has always been involved as well in the youth soccer scene and has, I believe, produced products such as Kevin O'Toole, who is currently a starting defender for New York City FC, although today in that Hudson River Derby between New York City FC and the New York Red Bulls, he is apparently out due to an injury. But still, it just goes to show what Cedar Stars is able to produce as a whole as an organization. As we could also go through the the full roster for Downtown United Soccer Club. With the one on her back, we'll find Ruby Wallen. The number 5 belongs to Summer DeRose. Alice Johnson has the number 8. The number 12 belongs to Amaya Cabore. The number 15 pertains to Grace Kinney. Maya Robbins Bianca wears the number 16. Eliana Bricker wears the number 19. Stella Thompson dons the number 20. The number 24 belongs to Lily Hammerschmidt Bielmeyer. The number 27 belongs to Meriwether Voris. Jeet Takuri is the owner of the number 31. Sofia Sanchini dons the number 32 on her back. Likewise, Tomasina McCluskey wears the number 36. Charlotte Merchant has the number 38 on her back. Bailey Hill with the number 39. And last but certainly not least, Edsonia Gerbi with the number 41 on her jersey. Again, Downtown United Soccer Club in the white top and blue shorts as well as white socks. And the goalkeeper, Ruby Wallen, the number 1 on her back, wearing a sky blue outfit. Meanwhile, for Cedar Stars Academy, Bergen that is, it'll be wearing an all lime green outfit with a black stripe down the middle on its top, and its goalkeeper will be wearing what I could describe as a red-orange sort of uniform. Cedar Stars huddles for one more time. Meanwhile, Downtown United Soccer Club convening together, discussing strategy, and perhaps taking advantage of the shade. According to weather reports, it was supposed to rain in New York City, but suddenly it turned into an extremely sunny day. Not too humid, but very sunny. 77 degrees, now 78 degrees here in this part of Queens, New York, and it's only going to get warmer. We're expecting a high of 79 degrees Fahrenheit. There is some refreshing wind, however, nothing too game-changing. 10-mile-per-hour winds blowing toward the north-hand side, which in other words would be blowing toward us here from our camera angle. Meanwhile, the gusts we should expect of up to 19 miles per hour, at least for now. So we should have some scintillating soccer under a scorching sun in this Saturday noon affair, or afternoon affair. And this won't be the only match here on Game and Frame today, as the U19 squads of Cedar Stars Academy and Downtown United Soccer Club encounter one another in a 5:30 p.m. Girls Academy League fixture. And tomorrow afternoon, the USLW League Metropolitan Division launches its 2025 campaign with a 3:30 p.m. showdown between AC Connecticut and Long Island Rough Riders. Tomorrow at 5 p.m., Lansdowne Yonkers and New York Penn Cyprian Freedoms clash in a United States Adult Soccer Association Amateur Cup semifinal bout. And finally, the Boys Regional Academy League sees a U19 contest at 7 p.m. between Downtown United Soccer Club and Ironbound Soccer Club. All these matches will be broadcast exclusively here on Game in Frame, your home for grassroots soccer. With a mathematical possibility of finishing amongst the top 4 still alive, the visiting New Jerseyans in green intend on reaping a win from their penultimate game of the season to advance from its 6th place spot. And although a draw may be seen as a silver lining of sorts for today's locals, DUSC, Downtown United Soccer Club, is no doubt committed to concluding its final match of the campaign with a first of the season victory in order to potentially avoid a 14th place finish. Needless to say, the 3 points from this afternoon match have significant emotional context, as Cedar Stars Academy Bergen tangles with Downtown United Soccer Club in this U15 Girls Academy League contest on Game in Frame. It's Downtown United Soccer Club that gets the ball rolling first, as we are feeling the strong winds here in Queens, New York, as that ball trickles toward the boundary and eventually does go out of it. It should be a Ruby Wallen ball, assuming she wants to take the goal kick. As DUSC takes its time assembling itself for this goal kick. The netminder in sky blue playing it toward the nearest defender. Intercepted by Cedar Stars in the neutral third. Slow build up here as Tomasina McCluskey tries to close down the angle. Still inside the 18-yard box, the assistant referee already raising the flag for offside. A quick scare for DUSC, but nothing comes of it for now, as Wallen takes her time. Again, currently 78 degrees Fahrenheit here in Queens, New York. What was supposed to be a slightly rainy affair has turned into a sunny one, as that goal kick is intercepted. Cedar Stars, the visitors from Bergen, New Jersey, playing it centrally just outside the penalty area. Going for a left-footed shot, Ruby Wallen might have gotten a glove to it. The referee says so. A good outstretched save by the goalkeeper in sky blue, Ruby Wallen, with an impressive top hand stop. As this should be an inward swinger, although the ball currently rolling due to the windy conditions here in Queens. In fact, with this umbrella in hand providing some shade, it may even fly away suddenly. The 20-mile-per-hour gusts clearly affecting the trajectory of that service as well. Ball still alive for Cedar Stars, as eventually it's Bailey Hill who puts it out of play. Cedar Stars with the throw-in from the far hand side. One shot on target for now within these opening 3 minutes. One save from Wallen, one offside call as well against the Bergen team. There are some brutal wins here. Ball once more in possession of the New Jerseyans. Still with Cedar Stars inside the penalty area. The first shot blocked, cleared away. McCluskey trying to steer it out of harm's way. I believe she did just enough there to do so. Second chance here for Cedar Stars. Cleared away as well by the number 20, specifically Stella Thompson. And it's a throw-in for DUSC. A risky situation for DUSC. A back pass displayed by Lily. Unable to fully take away the ball for now as Cedar Stars recovers and has its pass intercepted. The New Jerseyans returning the favor. Charlotte Merchant trying to guard her final third as well, although this one is played centrally, just on the edge of the penalty arc itself, in fact. As she veers toward the left-hand side, thinking about a curler, goes for it. Ruby Wallen read that one through. Ruby very confident in the goalkeeping aspect, seeing that ball swerving outward, no doubt about it. Goal kick played short. DUSC losing the ball in a dangerous area. She has to control it as it's inside her 18-yard box, playing it out wide. Almost a soft clearance that turns into a pass as it made its way toward Bailey Hill. As now DUSC has a throw-in, still in its own third. DUSC has to find a way to hold on to the ball in the neutral third as Tomasina unable to steer the ball away. Cleared forward, cleared wide in fact. It's the New Jerseyan winning the aerial duel at first. DUSC recovers momentarily, still with Bergen, header forward. The players in lime green unable to take the ball away from Jeet. If not Sonia, pardon. Number 41, not to be confused with 31. Cleared forward again, the 20-mile-per-hour gusts, pushing that ball forward and forward. Bergen. Able to beat the mark for now of one DUSC player, second chance, as the center attacking midfielder has her efforts thwarted by the back line of DUSC. Specifically Alice Johnson, I believe. Alice Johnson. Now with some help from Bailey Hill, playing it out wide. Crossed toward that first post as Ruby Wallen displaying some control inside her own 6-yard box. And for now, it appears that Downtown United Soccer Club is sporting a 4-3-2-1 formation, opting for a lot of defense in those 3 defensive midfielders. Defensively quite sound, offensively it will take a lot of creativity, let alone courage, to move farther and farther up into the final third, as Downtown United Soccer Club does find itself in that situation. Cleared away once again for another DUSC throw-in. Again, interesting to see the 4-3-2-1 formation on display, sometimes called the Christmas tree formation as well due to its shape. As DUSC wrestles for the ball, currently with Lily. Lily has her first effort blocked. Second one, not too far away, making the goalkeeper shuffle just a bit. First shot attempted by Downtown United Soccer Club in this fixture. As suddenly the players in white likewise delivering a sense of pressure against the opponent. Still as Downtown United Soccer Club attempts to regain the ball in the final third. It's cleared up top, played laterally by Charlotte Merchant. Sonia Garbi. Sonia has to backtrack alongside her teammates. The same goes for Stella Thompson, as that left winger has a lot of space. Cedar Stars crossing it. Ruby Wallen instead getting a finger on it, a follow-up, and eventually Cedar Stars is able to recover, finding the rebound for the 1-0 lead. Ruby Wallen did well to block the first attempt, but in doing so, it allowed for an early present or gift for the Bergen visitors. A poacher's goal with good instinct. It's 1-0 here in favor of the New Jerseyans. Scoring the first goal in this match in the 9th minute officially. Sonia towards Charlotte Merchant. Charlotte directing her teammate through pass toward that right wing. Lovely idea as Lily, upon her first effort, goes for it on goal. It was swerving down quickly, just enough so that the goalkeeper could get her hands behind it. Ball once more up into the air, punted forward. Alice Johnson using her stature to her advantage. Headed forward as well, Lily, the intended recipient, overlapping along that right wing. Lily, upon her first touch. We're seeing a lot of similar rhythms here from Lily, attempting to punish this New Jersey inside upon her first touches, which could provide some surprise in favor of her team. Sonia, I don't believe she was the last to touch it. It should be a DUSC throw-in, to which the arbitration staff agrees. Charlotte Merchant on throw-in duty, playing it toward the nearest midfielder in the form of G Takuri. Cedar Stars evades 2 challenges, but not the third. Back-to-back throw-ins here for Downtown United Soccer Club. Merchant doing her job, as Lily was well covered by the back line of Cedar Stars, who finds itself with a 1-0 advantage, and it's potentially this difference that could shoot it all the way up into 4th place from its 6th place spot, perhaps even 3rd. Now, mathematically speaking, not an impossibility, but it will take a lot of ands rather than ors for this to occur. Regardless, Cedar Stars would likely be happy with its top half finish. Downtown United Soccer Club looking for its first win of the season, as well as its first goal since match day 3. Merchant in charge of the throw-in here. Winning herself some space is Lily, playing it all the way back to Sonia. Sonia, just a little too much juice, just getting beyond the nearest midfielder. Recovered once more by the players in white, lobbed forward. Cleared away, though not enough, as McCluskey. Tomasina trying to drive her way forward. Cedar Stars delivering the same amount of power defensively. Alice Johnson able to halt the opposition. Quick passes as that left-footed lob finds the chest of Tomasina.
Come on, keep it on the floor.
Headed forward, almost ping-ponging around. Soft lobs, nothing too strong nor too high. Just enough to get over the outstretched foot or knee of a player, perhaps. As we are beyond the 12th minute mark. Yes, the 12th minute mark here. Currently 1-0. Still anybody's game, as Ruby Wallen already has a handful of saves to her name. Tomasina unable to control it with that right foot. And speaking of Ruby Wallen, in charge of the ball for now, telling her teammates to move farther up in the field. Ruby, left-footed punt, intercepted by Cedar Stars. Ball ricocheting around before Cedar Stars once more has it at its disposal. Played out wide toward that right-hand side. Currently marking her is Bailey Hill. Bailey Hill backtracking alongside Alice Johnson. Tomasina trying to contribute defensively. In fact, she controls the ball with her right knee, or I should say right thigh, as it ricochets off it. Ruby Wallen may be required here. Ruby with rock-solid hands intercepting the cross. Catapulting it toward Charlotte Merchant. Charlotte asking for the pass. Found the space, but didn't realize how close she was to the boundary here. As it's a shove from behind, the referee sees it as a foul. A physical challenge by Sophia.
Way to take a dirty hit, Liv.
Cedar Stars with the free kick from about 40 yards away from goal. Perhaps make that 42. That's a nice service, and that one hits the crossbar. Ruby Wallen unable to recover it. That's 2-0 for Cedar Stars. Taking advantage of the 42-yard set piece. Definitely a case of the turf monster. Although one can't also deny that that was a great service. When you put those two together, more times often than not, it will result in goal, as we have just seen right here. A 42-yard set piece assist off the crossbar. As this one is lobbed forward. Sophia alongside Lily, almost sandwiching their shared opponent. Lily, as she makes it past Jeet. Intercepted by DUSC as Bailey, unfortunately for her, returns the favor with an interception of her own. Throw in now for Cedar Stars Academy Bergen. Ruby. Ruby still looking for options here. 2-0 is the scoreline. Tomasina using her forehead to steer it forward. Another chance here as Alice Johnson relies on Ruby to recover. Past the 16th minute mark here. Cedar Stars using the space, especially in the middle third. For Downtown United Soccer Club, arguably there's not enough numbers up front to deliver that high press system. Again, as a result of that 4-3-2-1 formation we had seen earlier. Played forward. Good clearance by Sonia. An uncomfortable tackle as that shot goes well wide. Downtown United Soccer Club perhaps could consider sporting a 4-2-3-1 formation, sometimes called a 4-5-1 formation. In doing so, it would be a little more balanced. It still has that defensive contribution perhaps, but it does apply a lot more offense and a lot less pressure on the additional midfielders, given that you would have two defensive midfielders, as well as two wingers up top. Or rather wide midfielders who could turn into wingers up top. As for now, we have seen how often Lily is left all alone in the opposition's third, if not Sophia, often interlapping one another or overlapping. Goal kick played short. Intercepted by Cedar Stars in what could be a dangerous spot as this one goes wide. DUSC taking its chances here. As Ruby adjusts for this goal kick. Playing it toward the player with the captain's armband, Charlotte, along the right wing. as eventually touching it last is Lily. Cedar Stars throw-in, a low one. Consecutive throw-ins here for the players in green. A pride of New Jersey here. Cedar Stars, with currently a 2-0 result favoring it. Looking for a third. Cleared forward. Still a lot of time, of course, in this match. A little over 60 minutes in total. Played laterally. Now toward that right-hand side. Lily trying to pace to it in time. Played down the middle. Sonia putting it right back up into the air as Bailey Hill unable to steer it toward a teammate with the redirection, as Cedar Stars Academy Bergen using the extremities of the field. Playing with a lot of intent and a lot of menace as well, as Cedar Stars Academy Bergen finds itself in the final third. Cleared away. Alice Johnson with the final touch. It's a corner kick for the Bergen visitors. As Ruby Wallen has one defender toward her near post. Nobody toward her far post, interestingly enough. Currently 7 green jerseys inside the 18-yard box of Downtown United Soccer Club. One armed raised, should be an outward swinger, is an outward swinger. Ricochets off ahead, still chaos inside the 18-yard box. The initial shot blocked, as Ruby Wallen can rely on her defender to clear it forward. That was Charlotte Merchant. Cedar Stars, another opportunity, denied by DUSC. Lily, the intended recipient. Tomasina, played forward, redirected as well. Ruby Wallen with the rudimentary collection of the ball. Cedar Stars for now, at least from the offensive standpoint, dictating the rhythm of this game. But it's mostly due to those interceptions in the middle third. Downtown United Soccer Club defending once more as Meriwether Voris able to steer it out of harm's way alongside Bailey Hill. A driven cross, not too far away from the penalty arc itself. Ricocheting around, another opportunity here for Cedar Stars. DUSC trying to avoid that 3-0 scoreline as we have made it past the halfway mark of this first half. A left-footed shot once more, drilled into the back line of DUSC, not toward goal, ultimately blocked. Quick flick from Sofia. Sofia has her pocket picked. Cedar Stars driven along the ground. An easy pick for Sonia. Sonia still dribbling somehow. Able to muscle off one attacker right on her. Tomasina. As McCluskey. Currently caught in a game of keep away. And you can see how Cedar Stars constantly uses the widths of the pitch to its advantage. Interceptions in the middle third, and the extremities of the field have been the best friends of the players in green for now. Left-footed punt, followed up by a header from Jeet Takuri. Jeet evading one challenge, the second one providing a little bit of trouble, but she does have some reinforcement, the cavalry helping her out. Sofia was onside, hoping to link up with Tomasina McCluskey for a 1-2 situation. And although the ball was taken away, fortunately for DUSC, it is a throw-in, as some substitutions take place here, specifically for Cedar Stars at this moment, though we are seeing 2 DUSC players warming up on the sideline. One of them being, if I'm not mistaken, Maya Robbins-Pianca. as now the refereeing staff institutes a water break here, unsurprisingly, with a near 80-degree weather. And now that we've made it past the halfway mark, as aforementioned in this first half, by the halftime break itself, we will be showing the latest candidates for the Save of the Month, so do stay tuned for that. Again, the latest Save of the Month nominees for April. And as both teams take the pause here, one must discuss strategy and one must discuss possession for Downtown United Soccer Club. It's been losing the ball quickly in the middle third and its own defensive third. And in doing so, it's not giving its front line any chance of a lot of ball time due to the fact that Cedar Stars, of course, with its man-to-man marking, will always take away the ball and always try to redirect it toward goal. So again, for Downtown United Soccer Club, it does have to concentrate a bit when it comes to possession. That doesn't necessarily imply that they should sardine themselves into one part of the field, but that they should come closer, should communicate a little bit better, or more often rather. And I'm sure that's what the Downtown United Soccer Club coach must be telling them for this match. Giving away the ball too easily for the opponent, naturally, will result in a tough game to win. Though with only a 2-goal disadvantage, it's hardly an impossibility. You can look at the pros for that. Ask Barcelona throughout the entire campaign it has had. From Real Madrid in the latest Clásico versus Atlético de Madrid. It's happened countless times. A 2-0 lead for the opposition is nothing impossible to surmount, in other words. Downtown United Soccer Club must adapt and adopt that mentality and apply it again when it comes to possession. For Cedar Stars, on the other hand, it has been solid in taking the ball away. It has been solid in also using the extremities of the field. But if the New Jersey visitors aren't careful, eventually that man-to-man marking could result in a through pass, specifically toward Lily or another forward, such as Tomasina, from which they could profit. So again, the man-to-man marking has been working here for now, but it's just something to take into account, something to consider. The aggressive nature of their play, perfectly on cue. Though just like any other strategy in this game, there's always a counter, and those through passes, again, could spell doom. We didn't see it too long ago when Sonia tried to feed Lily alongside Sofia, when she lobbed it toward that right-hand side that forced a goalkeeper clearance. As the referee approves the restarting of this game. As we've made it past the 27th minute. So 13 minutes remain in this first half. As Lily exits the field of play, Tomasina plays as the lone striker. In fact, Lily and Sofia, those that we were just talking about, have exited the field of play. Entering is Eliana Bricker, alongside one more player that we're trying to confirm here. It appears to be Summer DeRose. It is Summer DeRose, the number 5 on her back. Throw in for the home side here on this sunny Saturday affair. Launched forward, throw in taken improperly. It looks like her foot was over the touchline. At least according to the assistant referee's motion. I didn't see the back foot elevated, so I could only imagine it was that. as DUSC has a chance at possession once more towards Summer DeRose. Knocked out wide as Cedar Stars Academy once more has a throw-in from practically the same spot prior. So far, one shot attempted by Downtown United Soccer Club. It wasn't on target, but it did cause the goalkeeper to shuffle a bit. It wasn't too far away either toward that first post. Meanwhile, I believe there have been 4 shots on target in total for Cedar Stars, 2 of which have resulted in goal. The first occurring off a Ruby rebound where the goalkeeper did her job, but the Cedar Star forward as well did hers, finding a poacher's goal as Downtown United Soccer Club looks to return the favor. Unable to do so, the referee instituting a DUSC throw-in. The second goal occurred from a 42-43 yard assist, more or less, as it was a shot attempted, and with the help of the wind, with the delivery itself that had a lot of swerve, and of course the turf itself, as it always happens in this sport, in any sport practically, it didn't make its way or bounced its way past Ruby, hitting off the crossbar. And of course, all it took was one knock forward from a green jersey to put it into the back of the net. The New Jerseyans. That's good transition play. A very good use of possession. Now interrupted by Meriwether. Along the left-hand side it goes. This will be a test for Sonia, as Sonia chases the ball and is the last to touch it. Good defending from Sonia. And these quick transitions have really helped Cedar Stars. But luckily for DUSC, it does have Sonia to rely when it comes to those situations. Left-footed cross, Sonia once more getting involved, blocking the cross but conceding the corner kick in the process, doing her job as a defender. With technically one dead ball assist. Cedar Stars looking for the second. This one crossed toward that back post, and it does make its way into the back of the net for 3. Second time it's profited from those dead ball situations, as Cedar Stars Academy punishes that back post for the 3-0 scoreline for now. A solid cross, complemented by perhaps even better positioning. Not a lot of power behind the header, but just the placement, not only of the header itself, but also of the goal scorer herself. Respectable. Tomasina, with one marking her, left-footed pass, a little too ambitious. The right idea, however, on display. Stella Thompson allows Ruby to recover it. As we are within the final 8 minutes here. Aggressive defending from Eliana, as Bricker hopes that Charlotte Merchant can return the favor. Charlotte Merchant turning herself into an extra winger, applying that much needed high press alongside Tomasina, trying to force the players in green into an error, and it almost resulted in such, as Meriwether almost took the ball away. And an error is in fact committed by Cedar Stars here. A sudden change of pace defensively from the locals in white, or I should say white and blue. Lobbed forward, Tomasina, the intended recipient. Another chance, another throw in here for Downtown United Soccer Club. Again, 3-0 is the scoreline for now. moments ago. They found the third from a corner kick that made its way toward the back post. The second goal occurring off another set piece. In fact, the two last goals scored for now have come from set pieces. And what a coincidence that early we were talking about New York City FC and how Cedar Stars Academy has its thumb in that pie, having produced Kevin O'Toole, the often starting left back and Princeton graduate as well of New York City FC. Injured today, he won't be playing in the Hudson River Derby versus New York Red Bulls. And of course, this is a coincidence given that for now, the NYCFC senior team hasn't had too many dead ball assists this season so far. In fact, it rarely profits from free kick and corner kick situations. New York City FC itself hasn't scored a free kick in, I believe, 38 MLS games. That's including postseason, which is quite a drought, as this one is crossed into the arms of Ruby. Good proactive goalkeeping on the edge of her own 6-yard box. So, of course, Cedar Stars Academy utilizing the set piece game to its fullest. New York City FC hopefully can find a way to replicate that as well. Again, these two clubs, Cedar Stars Academy and New York City FC, ultimately intertwined with some player history as we have approached the final 5 minutes here. Cedar Stars. Back pass all the way to the defender. Now toward the wide midfielder on the right-hand side. Trying to stretch apart the defense of DUSC. A through pass. Wasn't going to beat the back line of Alice Johnson and co. As Ruby Wallen got her gloves to it just in time. Hoping to catch it, but she did do just enough to redirect it out of harm's way. And it was perhaps that inside part of the foot curl from the shot taker herself that has now resulted in this corner kick. Again, two set pieces have resulted in assists here. As Cedar Stars Academy Bergen looks for the trifecta. A lot of green jerseys inside the 18-yard box, let alone the 6. This one going off ahead. Another opportunity, bouncing around the Bergen visitors with what should be another corner kick. And it was from this exact spot from which Cedar Stars found its third goal in this match so far. I'm currently counting 3 Bergen jerseys toward that far post. It should be an inward swinger, right-footed, as with several paces back, suddenly more add themselves into that far post. Almost a party of 6 back there. This one soaring above everybody, though it's still in play for the players in green. Along the ground it goes as Ruby can take this goal kick. A little over 2 minutes left in this first half. Scoreline is 3-0. Downtown United Soccer Club still with the dream of getting its first win of the season, as well as its first goal since match day 3. As another left-footed cross finds its way inside the 18-yard box. Cedar Stars Academy looking for the 4th. Played out wide. Ruby Wallen with a good save and with a good recovery.
Nice, Ruby.
Not an easy save for Ruby. Using her reaction time there to guard her near post. As she now punts it forward. McCluskey controlling with the right foot, passing with the right foot as well. Summer trying to drive it forward. but it's the Cedar Stars Academy players that intercept it, that take it away, and ultimately put it away as well for a throw-in here in favor of the locals. The final minute of regulation here in this first half is upon us, as DUSC will take this throw-in. I can't imagine that there'd be much stoppage time. That is if we're excluding the water break. As Tomasina, inside the 18-yard box, back passes it towards Summer. Summer, she was selfless, but the goalkeeper was anticipating what could have been a killer curl. As now chasing down the ball is Stella Thompson. As Thompson does do her job, I should say. More substitutions in effect. As Charlotte is now being told by the coach to play toward that left-hand side. And that appears to be the number 15, Grace Kinney. So Charlotte will now be playing on that left-hand side. She's practically playing as a fullback on this right-hand side. So she is an overall versatile player. An early cross, or perhaps an early cross gone shot that soars way high and way wide. As we are in stoppage time, I can't imagine that there'd be a lot of minutes to be added on here in this first half. Perhaps 1 or 2 minutes at most. As DUSC looks for a response before the halftime whistle, Ruby getting her gloves dirty again. Left-footed punt just over the head of Meriwether. Cedar Stars, the Bergen players, using the left-hand side. She evades one challenge very gracefully as Grace Kinney relies on the support of Sonia and co. This one, a far post shot that Ruby can collect. Looked like a shotgun cross in reality. Once more, put back up into the air, Tomasina trying to slow down the offensive progress of the opposition, as well as Meriwether. Ball goes out of play, Charlotte Merchant merely escorting it away. Goal kick now for Ruby Wallen, who has had a number of saves here in this first half. Pushed forward, aimed toward Takuri. As Cedar Stars aggressively passing it. It was a solid through pass. It beat the man-to-man marking of Downtown United Soccer Club. Though unfortunately for the New Jerseyans, Ruby Wallen was there to interfere. As Tomasina received some reinforcement from Eliana Bricker. Eliana Bricker asking for the through pass. It's Tomasina who feeds Bricker. Bricker inside the penalty area. Bricker! Kick saved by the goalkeeper. Tomasina keeping it in play. McCluskey unable to recover it. Second shot attempted by Downtown United Soccer Club. The first on goal. Bricker had an overlapping Grace to accompany her. Great idea by Bricker to find that space to punish Cedar Stars potentially for that man-to-man marking, as Tomasina plays it centrally, though a touch too strong. Bricker practically orchestrated that play right there, though it did take a lot of technique from the striker, of course, in this situation to complement her, to give her that opportunity in the first place. As the referee does blow the whistle for halftime here, and the scoreline currently reads Downtown United Soccer Club 0, Cedar Stars Academy Bergen 3. Of course, do stay tuned not only for the halftime analysis, but most importantly, the Save of the Month candidates, as well as the plays of the week, and naturally, the second half itself. This is the U15 Girls Academy League on Game in Frame.
Punched out by Spielvogel. Burkhart fires! Oh, that was off the bottom of the bar!
Gomez, his first touch. Drop now for Munoz, first time. Munoz, what a save that is! From the right hand of P. Wenzel into the crossbar and out for a corner.
This kick. Into the box. Oh, what a save! Datone with a great one-handed save.
His first time inside a goal, gets past two, takes a shot, and Nish does so well to meet the shot, tipping the ball over the bar.
On the back end, speculative effort that's gonna fall for someone in the box. Oh, very nearly. A reaction save forced from Caporales.
Blocks that cross from Puig. Sharifi now fires! Another save by Kezoon! That's his third in the half!
And you have just watched the latest nominees for the Save of the Month here on Game in Frame, of course, for the month of April. So please do let us know in the comment section of the pertinent Instagram post at Game in Frame which candidate deserves that Save of the Month title before tomorrow at 11:59 p.m. Again, go toward that comment section of that same Instagram post if you want to rewatch, if you want to replay, and if you want to vote. Please do vote before tomorrow, 11:59 p.m. and do let us know which save deserves this title here on Game in Frame.
My name is Austin Brummett. I'm a men's soccer player at San Diego State University and I play forward. The Salt Air Case helps block odor from my cleats when I'm driving in my car or when I'm keeping my cleats inside my house so I don't have to worry about it stinking up my room. It helps me keep track of my cleats and my shin guards so I know that they're together and I don't have to worry about tracking them down or losing them or stressing out about where they are. I would definitely rock this, walking to the games, walking around to my trainings. And it's super helpful for travel. When I travel in the airport to go to away games, it's not going to stink up my backpack or stink up the plane where I'm sitting. Magnetic strip on the top is super easy to open to take my cleats out and to put my cleats back in. I think it's an essential part of my outfit for soccer and it helps keep all my stuff organized and stink-free.
A quality highlight reel is crucial for college and pro recruitment. A lot of services offer generic solutions, but at Game in Frame we know every player is unique and needs a personalised approach to win over coaches. Our process is simple. We work with any footage, and if you need help finding your best plays, we'll review games for you. Once we've finished, you'll have a reel you can upload to any recruitment platform. We've helped hundreds of players get the attention they deserve, including placements in Division 1 programs. Scan the QR code or email us for a free consultation and start the journey to maximize your recruitment potential.
season for both these sides as they made an early quick impression, and Keys could be in here once again on his left foot. He's in behind, and there's goal number 3. And in almost similar fashion to the first half, it's taken just moments for the Lions to find the back of the net.
Jaganjor Yangbi. Yangbi shows off some pace behind Obaru. Yangbi could be one-on-one. McGovern comes over. Yangbi screws it. Espinosa 1-0. Yangbi a debut assist.
New York Renegades FC crossing it once more toward that first post. Back post now. Cussidus denied by Mejia.
Oh, Gudo. Switching it on a penny for Sebastian Ruiz, who can have a go at man. Instead, he puts into Joe Holland across 6-yard box. Simple as that. James Tristino taps in the opener. Garner, spin. A lot of numbers over here for Hoboken. Scoop pass.
And still now everyone hacking at it, chopping at it. Ridge Robinson, he lunges forward, he comes up with the ball, he goes for the shot, and he goes for the goal. My goodness, a hat trick here for the captain.
To work with down this right side. He takes a shot, and a nice save from the goalkeeper forces it above the crossbar.
Adamak floats out to that right side. Wilson, low drill! Yes! Goal for American Soccer Club at the death!
Bouncing off the head of the forward. That's a lovely piece of play inside the penalty area. He still has the ball. He scores!
12 paces out. Makic denied by Cleveland.
Had to do better with the pressure. Knight flicks it back. Lovely. And away he goes at pace for Song. No, it's for Knight. Does he find Song? Yes, he does in the middle. Song alone and rolls it.
Anderson brought down, back up on his feet. Anderson, oh, beautiful move. He's still going. Closing down, Lorient. Lorient. Here's Goldman. Goldman scores! 15 seconds into the match. Polonia can celebrate. They are the regular season champions.
Karkic through the wall and beautifully done.
He's also playing as well as Sullivan could be in. Right-footed shot.
Taking long distance shots on him and also pressing when he's on the ball. Chetty's on it now. Chetty takes a shot and Chetty finds the back of the net. Must make sure to stay alive here. Mejia, one glove, 3-2, goal! Rances to the rescue!
A hat trick for James Tristino. A title-winning hat trick.
And honestly,
James Tristino hits the target again today. He's got his hat trick and he's also just got the coach.
Of course, with the halftime break now nearing its end, scoreline is currently 3-0 in favor of the visiting side from New Jersey, Cedar Stars Academy Bergen, who likewise recommences the action of this game from the halfway line itself, as Summer was receiving some help from Tomasina. Summer, who entered this game as a substitute, making her presence be known. It's now Charlotte Merchant who's in charge of defending that left flank. All the way back to Ruby Wallen it goes. Charlotte Merchant was earlier seen defending that entire right-hand side, and the coach decided to implement a tactical change here, switching Charlotte from her, I suppose, normal right-hand side toward the opposite flank on the left. And of course, as now the second half is in action, with Cedar Stars Academy driving what could be a killer through pass, I should say. Lovely ball. as eventually she's forced out wide by some good low press defending from Stella Thompson. One must think about these strategies implemented here by both teams and what must be improved. Starting first with Cedar Stars Academy, who has for now a respectable 3-0 lead from the first half. Offensively, everything has been going well. From set pieces to using the widths of the field, most of these efforts have resulted with a shot on goal. However, defensively, as firm as the New Jerseyans have been, they did allow Eliona Bricker with one shot on target opportunity that could have resulted in goal had it not been for a quick reflex kick save from the goalkeeper. So again, just like the first half during that water break, the key to the game there, at least defensively for Cedar Stars, is to not rely too much on the man-to-man marking, just to be very mindful of the through passes implemented by Downtown United Soccer Club, who likewise need to find an aggressive response here as Cedar Stars looking to make it 4. Ruby Wallen with the kick save as well. Blocking it with her left foot, more accurately her left shin. So Ruby Wallen with another block save here. Less about the reflex, more about covering the angle. Ruby doing her job. Corner kick now toward that first post, blocked by Downtown United Soccer Club, whose fervence for now is evident defensively. Meanwhile, for Downtown United Soccer Club, we were talking about looking for an aggressive response. One thing is certain, and it's the fact that the through passes have helped out Downtown United Soccer Club in finding its 2 attempted shots throughout this game so far. So naturally, the players in white will have to rely on that offensively, take advantage of the man-to-man marking on display from the players in green. That being said, however, they will have to rely on more numbers farther and farther up into the opposition's third, let alone half. So we are going to have to see a lot more overlapping on the wider ends of the field for Downtown United Soccer Club. So in other words, DUSC must implement what could be informally described as hit and run tactics, as Ruby did get a glove to it at the very end. That could have been 4.
Good job. Way to put it up there.
Ruby with a European handball-like save. Was nearly beaten on the first, but not on the second. Keeping her hand up, merely blocking it away. The New Jerseyans thought they had the 4-0 lead right there in that moment. A follow-up chance from the corner kick did bounce off the leg of a Bergen player. Another opportunity. Any green jersey would have been offside at that point, which is not something we've seen so far in this game, I believe, as Meriwether puts that ball right back into circulation toward the feet of Tomasina, or at least toward the vicinity of Tomasina, who's chasing this ball now from the goalkeeper, the netminder in red-orange. Tomasina onside, a driven shot, third one attempted as a whole, second one on target. Not bad from Downtown United Soccer Club in this second half especially. For now, Cedar Stars with a clean sheet. With the 3-0 advantage, Downtown United Soccer Club, however, with the sudden sense of second wind, perhaps, looking much more vivid here in the start of the second half than compared toward the end of the first. Through pass toward that left flank, well guarded by Stella Thompson.
CSA, let's go one. Let's go.
Over 5 minutes have gone by here in the second half. The scoreline remains intact. So no early goals here in the second half, but it did require an early Ruby intervention. Launched toward Tomasina. Tomasina onside, of course. Trying to control it with, I believe, her left foot. Unable to do so. Meriwether. Cedar Stars using the outside part of her foot to deliver that pass. Lovely ball. As clearing it away is Sonia. A noteworthy use of the outside part of the foot from that U15 player. It requires a lot of good technique, and the fact that it even made its way toward its target already speaks volumes. Throw in for Cedar Stars. The Bergen players. Left-footed control. Heavily pressed by Takuri. The number 31. Left-footed clearance, or clearance gone past perhaps, that's intercepted by Cedar Stars. Ruby with firm hands. No spills. Ruby using her preferred left foot. Punted toward Tomasina. Tomasina chasing down that ball. The goalkeeper now inside her own 18-yard box. Was a dangerous moment perhaps as that ball went coast to coast. Ruby praying for the assist, for now not occurring, though the momentum is certainly there for Downtown United Soccer Club in this initial start to the second half. Again, a case of second wind here in this U15 Girls Academy League match on Game in Frame. Speaking of which, do make sure to follow Game in Frame on Instagram at Game in Frame for the latest in Northeast grassroots soccer. As that ball goes out of play for a goal kick. And naturally, this U15 Girls Academy League broadcast on Game in Frame wouldn't be possible without Salt Athletic. Salt Athletic has made the Air Case, the world's freshest, most advanced cleat bag that makes for odor-free car rides in houses by blocking smell by using antimicrobial technology. Salt Athletic is offering the Game in Frame community an exclusive discount, so scan the QR code on your screen to get 10% off and keep it fresh. As DUSC trying to force the winger into an uncomfortable position. Cedar Stars. She was trying to draw the corner kick. And she did, in fact. The assistant referee clarifying or clearing up what could have been a arbitrational sense of miscommunication. A good job by the assistant referee, making sure the away side gets its set piece. As Tomasina hesitates in protecting her own 18-yard box, protecting just outside it, served toward the edge of the penalty area. A second chance perhaps for Cedar Stars Academy Bergen. Left-footed back pass, a soft left-footed or right-footed pass. Cleared up top, Bricker. Eliana trying to take it away alongside G. Takuri. With some excellent dribbling, she made her way into the penalty area, cleared away. It took a handful of defenders to finally dispossess her. As Eliana Bricker, who has registered two shots on target in this match, with some excellent dribbling. Eliana Bricker hoping that the third time is the charm, unable to complete her dribble for now, with an effort toward goal. Good defending from the Bergen visitors. As 10 minutes of the second half have gone by. Still 3-0 here. A handful of changes. Currently counting 3. It's Cedar Stars Academy that gets the ball rolling again via this throw-in. Intercepted by DUSC. Play toward Tomasina, who nearly took it away had it not been for the proactive clearance from that center back. Throw in for Downtown United Soccer Club. Tomasina unable to get control of that ball due to some really solid defending, really solid marking. Speaking of solid marking, Sonia doing her job, winning that duel momentarily. Lovely through pass toward that left flank. She's onside. Now inside the penalty area. Ruby Wallen closing down the angle. Not conceding the goal. Not conceding at all whatsoever with that block save. A good low angle stretch from Ruby Wallen. Only permitting the corner kick. Diving at the feet of the forward. Crossed inside toward the near post, headed away by Stella Thompson. Back-to-back corner kicks. In fact, I believe all the corner kicks in this match have belonged to the away team in green. One arm raised once more toward that first post, off a knee. Ball still live, unable to redirect it toward the vicinity of Ruby Wallen. Should be a throw-in for Downtown United Soccer Club. Once more, cleared out of harm's way. Currently 77 degrees Fahrenheit, so it's actually gotten a little bit cooler from its original 78. We are expecting a high of now 80 degrees Fahrenheit, with certainly a good number of winds here. 12-mile-per-hour winds, gusts of up to 20. And for now, it only feels like we're receiving the gusts. Right-footed pass, hugging the touchline. Bailey almost taking it away. As Aliana Bricker trying to close down the space. Instead, she has G Takuri to rely on. Aliana Bricker. That should be a foul. It is called a foul. I believe the first of its kind in favor of Downtown United Soccer Club. I'd even go as far as to say that that's only the second foul we've seen the entire game. It's been an otherwise clean game, with rarely a pause, excluding for the occasional corner kick, as well as water break. This one makes it past Tomasina and Summer. Ball still in play. All she has to do is escort it out of bounds. Cedar Stars now with a goal kick. As the goalkeeper in orange takes her time, of course. According to the schedule, of course, of the U15 Girls Academy League, Cedar Stars Academy Bergen is participating right now in its penultimate match of the season. Currently, it's in a three-way tie for 6th place, on points, that is. The New Jerseyans currently have 17 points, but because of the tiebreaker rules that specifically take into account the goal differential, or at least prioritizes goal differential first, Cedar Stars does have the advantage, does have the upper hand in that three-way standoff. It's looking for a win here to potentially break it. Well, in fact, not only break that tie, but perhaps just make its way into the top 4, potentially 3, although a lot of results must occur in order for that to happen, that is, from its opponents in 3rd and 4th. Right-footed cross. In reality, a switch play still does its job, of course, as she finds herself some space inside the penalty area. Right-footed dribble, left-footed shot. Stella Thompson blocking it at point-blank range. Cleared away by Grace. Throw-in now for Cedar Stars Academy.
Let's go, girls. Capitalize.
Back pass. Using the granted space, that's that man-to-man marking as Ruby Wallen witnesses that ball going well wide. Downtown United Soccer Club, relying on that man-to-man marking throughout the entire game, though it's certainly had more success here in the second half. They had conceded first within the opening 9 minutes of this match. And for now, more than 16 minutes have gone by. Scoreline remains the same. Though that being said, it does allow for through passes to sneak through, which is exactly what Downtown United Soccer Club should consider doing against the back line of Cedar Stars in the first place, who likewise boasts one of the most solid defenses in the U15 Girls Academy League. It's for that reason that the Bergen visitors today have the advantage in that three-way tie for 6th place. As Ruby Wallen collects that ball. Although according to the goals per game ratio, to the U15 Girls Academy League's credit, although Cedar Stars doesn't find the back of the net too often according to the stats online there, defensively, it is certainly one of the sharpest sides. Though today we are seeing an offensive display as she's offside, our first offside call of the day, I believe. And although she was offside, we do have to give credit for that sort of finish, squeezing it toward that far post somehow. Not too dissimilar from Brazil's goal in 2002 versus North Korea in that World Cup, of course. If my memory serves me correctly, was Maicon who had delivered such a finish versus North Korea to make it 2-1 in favor of the Brazilians. Throw in for Cedar Stars. The New Jerseyans, for now with the upper hand on the New Yorkers as they look for the fourth here inside the penalty area, playing it out wide, looking for an early cross, right-footed, inward swinger as well. Ruby Wallen collecting that loose ball, although that was a nasty crash. That's a nasty, nasty collision. Ruby Wallen back up on her own 2 feet quickly. An absolute trooper there. And the referee ensures that Ruby is all right and fit to continue.
Where's the card?
That was a nasty crash. And if we were to give the benefit of the doubt to the New Jerseyan, she was surely looking solely at the ball, not accounting for Ruby's positioning, as she was pushed into her own goal, of course. And it's for often those sorts of scenarios that goalkeepers are taught when recovering a loose ball to always elevate one knee. That's for the protection of the netminder, him or herself. As Summer DeRose keeps up the pressure. As Ruby Wallen appears unshaken. And she may be needed here had it not been for Stella Thompson quickly impeding any sort of progress. Cedar Stars with the pass too wide. As that ball knocks away the assistant referee's flag, the two share a laugh. Thrown towards Summer. Charlotte Merchant, likewise defending that left-hand side. It should be a throw-in for Downtown United Soccer Club, according to the arbitration here. Summer, unable to get to it first. A lot of consecutive throw-ins here for the players in white. Putting their foot on the gas pedal, little by little. Incrementing some speed, some acceleration as Tomasina. Unable to play it toward a teammate. Relies on her midfielders to do their job as well, as Takuri slows down the progress, though it's not enough. Sonia. Sonia playing it out wide. Lobbed forward, a through pass, though ultimately that right winger was not in position, not on the same page. Intercepted in what could be a favorable area here. Summer being tightly marked. Charlotte Merchant recovering her own loose ball as Bailey Hill likewise applying some reinforcement. This one towards Sonia. Sonia with some aggressive man marking. Right-footed toward the edge of the penalty area. She does have a little bit of space, trying to squeeze her way past what could be described as a trio of Downtown United Soccer Club players, conjoining themselves toward a white wall. Play toward that right-hand side with enough space. A cross-gone shot that nearly gives a fright to the DUSC players. That came with a lot more swerve and curl than one would have anticipated, as Ruby Wallen hesitated to knock it away with her top hand. Though ultimately, that goalkeeper decision was correct. Throw in for Cedar Stars. Taken quickly, left-footed cross, an early cross in fact, as she's onside. Ruby, firm as ever inside her own 6-yard box. We are past the halfway mark here of this second half. All 3 goals occurring within the first half, from the 9th minute onward, of course. As Tomasina, unable to take the ball away from the defender, as she had to escort it toward the goalkeeper's gloves. Once more, ball going coast to coast. Ball goes out of play. Throw in for the local side. Toward Tomasina. A strong touch that turns into an on-target pass towards Summer. Summer, a left-footed through pass. A lobbed one at that. And this could result in a goal kick had the defender not touched it. As Charlotte Merchant drives herself backwards, using her speed. Through pass. Thompson turns that clearance into a pass. Lovely footwork from Bailey Hill. Bailey Hill using the outside part of her foot. Right idea. Unfortunately, the goalkeeper was able to get on that same page. As now the refereeing staff has instituted a water break. And in this break, I'd like to remind you that later today, the U19 squads of Cedar Stars Academy and Downtown United Soccer Club encounter one another in a 5:30 p.m. Girls Academy League fixture. Tomorrow afternoon, the USLW League Metropolitan Division launches its 2025 campaign with a 3:30 p.m. showdown between AC Connecticut and Long Island Rough Riders. Of course, tomorrow at 5 p.m., Lansdowne Yonkers and New York Penn Cyprian Freedoms clash in a USASA, or United States Adult Soccer Association, Amateur Cup semifinal bout. And finally, the Boys Regional Academy League sees a U19 contest at 7 p.m. between Downtown United Soccer Club and Ironbound Soccer Club. All these matches will be broadcast exclusively here on Game in Frame, your home for grassroots soccer. As we've approached the 65th minute here, only a quarter hour remains. Downtown United Soccer Club, still perhaps with the faith that a goal will come, let alone another shot on target, which is the right mentality to have. Additionally, a 3-goal comeback isn't impossible, albeit difficult. That being said, Downtown United Soccer Club, again, looking for its first goal since match day 3 in the Girls Academy League. And they are getting closer and closer with these shots on target, most notably from Eliana Bricker, the number 19 for Downtown United Soccer Club today. She has been doing her job ever since she entered the game. 2 shots on target, a good 1-to-1 ratio when it comes to her efforts. That being said, of course, Downtown United Soccer Club must continue this aggressive drive. And they must continue implementing those through passes. The right ideas are there. It's now all a matter of positioning for the forwards of Downtown United Soccer Club. Meanwhile, for Cedar Stars Academy, they must keep their foot on the gas pedal, giving the opposition a little too much ball time and a little too much of goal-scoring chances, perhaps, in comparison to the first half that was largely controlled by the players in green. So we've arguably approached that point in the match in which it will be a psychological matter. And for now, if we were to give a gold star to a DUSC player as well, we had mentioned Eliana Bricker, but we must also give Ruby Wallen her flowers with countless block saves, constantly cutting down the angle as well on various chances. I believe she's not too far away from a double-digit number of saves, in fact. She's had to block quite a handful. Jeet, good idea, as the goalkeeper can recover that loose ball. Last ricocheting off the left cleat of a New Jerseyan. Good first touch by the Cedar Stars player. It almost turns into a fruitful pass into the final third. Another opportunity as they switch sides here, the New Jerseyans. Left side didn't work, right side didn't work either. As Lily, who re-enters the game, of course, letting her presence be known. She was substituted alongside Sophia in the first half and acting as a winger, although right now she's almost playing as a center attacking midfielder. Lily controlling the ball, wrestling it away from one green jersey, Jeet. Had some help in the form of Grace Kinney. Good idea along the right flank, as Cedar Stars can take this throw-in. Again, the scoreline is currently 3-0. We're approaching the final 11 minutes of this fixture. As DUSC has another throw-in toward the feet of Summer, unable to keep it to herself for now. Back-to-back throw-ins here for Downtown United Soccer Club. Make that 3 in a row. DUSC still looking for a response. They did have the momentum at one point. In fact, toward the first minutes of this second half, it was DUSC that had a lot of the ferocity, arguably. Throw in here for the players in white. A little too ambitious as the players in green take it away and transition into the middle third, now into the opposition's half, or so one would think, as Sonia interferes. Final 10 minutes officially. So Bailey was called over toward the sideline, if my ears don't mistake me. As Summer exits alongside Tomasina. As Sophia enters the game alongside, I believe, Alice Johnson. Last seeing action in the first half as well before being substituted. So with a breath of fresh air and perhaps with a refreshed sense of stamina, or refreshed sense of stamina, Downtown United Soccer Club now has perhaps a better opportunity at looking for an offensive reply, as Stella Thompson with some aggressive one-on-one defending. Another opportunity, Cedar Stars inside the penalty area. Dribbling it away from the 18-yard box with her right foot. As she looks for space, using the outside part of her foot. Still inside the 18-yard box. Cedar Stars squeezing her way past two. The shot going wide, a respectable effort. Nearly sandwiched as well. Though good discipline from DUSC, not committing any foul, not being too rash inside its 18-yard box. Cedar Stars played laterally. Final 8.5 minutes. Played out wide, driven cross, ricocheting off the foot of a DUSC player, specifically Sonia's. And this will be a corner kick for Cedar Stars Academy, who today has had a monopoly of those. The large number of corner kicks we've seen here have all belonged to the New Jerseyans. So selfish in the best sense possible. All corner kicks belonging to the New Jerseyans. Even finding an assist from that sort of situation. A volley upon the first attempt that squeezes its way past a sea of white and green into the gloves of Ruby Wallen. Solid placement from the U15 prospect. As it's played toward the left-hand side, Cedar Stars attacking the right-hand side of Downtown United Soccer Club, Jeet. Poking it forward, poking it away in reality. Charlotte trying to close down the space. Ruby Wallen, oh, that's a lovely finish. Spectacular swerve. Just coming down with a lot of power. That's 4-0 for Cedar Stars Academy. And there's not much you can do about those. Soaring down like a comet. It's 4-0 for Cedar Stars. That's a well-deserved fourth. With that amount of power and that sense of placement, in fact, it is a spectacular combination of those two facets to make it 4. The first goal in the second half, as we are about to approach the completion of the 74th minute. So a little over 6 minutes remain. Throw in for Cedar Stars Academy. At the feet of Charlotte Merchant. As the ball is taken away, Cedar Stars hungry for the 5th. Now that it has a commanding 4-goal lead. Despite Downtown United Soccer Club giving it a taste of its own medicine in the second half. Sonia forced into a desperate clearance toward the nearest boundary, going for the safest option. Throw in taken. Onside, or offside, I should say. I was curious to see the assistant referee's flag there. It was down for a little bit. It wasn't necessarily delayed nor belated. I perhaps was just anticipating a faster reaction. But she is offside, and rightfully so. Only the second, I believe, this whole game. Lobbed forward. Making its way toward the halfway line, bouncing around, skipping toward, I believe, Bailey, the number 39, not to be confused with Charlotte Merchant with the number 38. Bailey cutting it inward as well. Another shot on target. 3 shots on target for Downtown United Soccer Club out of the 4 registered in this game. Though for now, no goal. The netminder in orange doing her job. Sophia attempted to take it away as Jeet, unable to win the aerial duel, rushes back. Ruby Wallen turning into a sweeper keeper of her own. This could be 5. If it weren't for Stella Thompson, Ruby Wallen once more trying to close down the angle. Good recovery by Downtown United Soccer Club. Left-footed clearance. Stella Thompson almost single-handedly preventing the 5th goal against Downtown United Soccer Club. As now a duo of substitutions take place for Cedar Stars Academy. For now, 4-0, as we are within the final 3 minutes. Cedar Stars perhaps trying to improve its goal differential, an already solid one thanks to its defense, now looking for an offensive complement. Clean tackle against Bricker, who led the team or leads the team today in shots, let alone shots on target. 2 for 2, in fact. Early cross, almost hitting the outstretched arm of Sophia. If not Lily, in fact that was Lily, number 24. And with the full-time whistle not too far away, I can only imagine at most a minute or 2 of additional time, similar to the first half. Rarely did we have any pauses here, only for the water break and for the occasional corner kick. Another deja vu sort of half. Jeet was trying to squeeze it perhaps just past Lily, as well as another defender of Cedar Stars, unable to do so.
Good job, Maddie. Good look, Maddie.
Quick pass upon the first touch. Utilizing the fullest lengths of the field, or I should say widths here, as we are now within the final 90 seconds. That is before any additional time is aggregated. Inside the 18-yard box, Ruby Wallen allow that ball to slip by. Perhaps anticipating a shot. Instead, it turned into another early cross along the ground. It remains 4-0 here. Final minute of play. Ricocheting off the outstretched right foot of the Cedar Star player. And the Bergen away side can certainly be proud of its accomplishments today, as Ruby Wallen once more with another save, another shot on target for the players in green. As a matter of fact, in their respective campaigns and in their respective contexts emotionally to this game, both teams can be relatively proud of themselves, as Alice Johnson able to impede that dribble as well as shot. Ball still live here, crossed toward that first post inside the 6-yard box. Ruby Wallen collecting the loose ball. And in fact, that will be the final touch of the ball in this game. As we were just talking about, for both teams, they can be proud of themselves due to their respective contexts. Starting first, of course, with the Bergen side, Cedar Stars Academy, looking for a much-needed win to possibly break into the top 4, not to mention keep itself afloat for now, in worst-case scenario, for a 3-way tie for 6th place, in which it currently leads. Meanwhile, for Downtown United Soccer Club, despite no goal to its name in this game, it doesn't deny the fact that it did register 3 shots on goal out of 4 attempted, which was perhaps a vast improvement as the season had gone on, at least from the offensive standpoint. So again, a sign of progress and a sign of improvement, though the scoreline for now is Cedar Stars Academy Bergen 4, Downtown United Soccer Club 0. Of course, You have been watching the U15 Girls Academy League on Game in Frame. I have been Sean Cabrera. Behind the camera has been Nicholas Marshall. And we thank you for tuning into this transmission again right here on Game in Frame.